For thousands of years, we looked up at the moon and thought we understood it. Barren, airless, dead. Then, in 2020, scientists announced something that completely shattered that assumption. Water on the moon. Not hidden in shadows, right there in the sunlight. And what scientists found next raises an even bigger question. How much is really up there? In October 2020, NASA's SOFIA telescope, a Boeing 747 with a massive infrared lens mounted in its fuselage, detected something extraordinary. Water molecules on the moon's surface, in full sunlight. Now, before you picture oceans or rivers, let's be clear, this isn't a lake, it isn't even a puddle. We're talking about water molecules trapped inside the lunar soil, about the same concentration you'd find in a desert on Earth. Scientists believe tiny glass beads formed by ancient asteroid impacts may be locking moisture in, protecting it from the harsh vacuum of space. But here's where it gets even more interesting. This wasn't the first time we suspected water was up there. Back in 2009, NASA deliberately crashed a rocket into the moon's south pole and found water ice hiding in the permanently shadowed craters where sunlight never reaches and temperatures drop to nearly -250 degrees Celsius, colder than Pluto. So we'd found ice in the dark. Now we're finding water in the light. Two discoveries, two very different locations, which raises the real question, and it's one scientists are still racing to answer. Just how widespread is this water, and can we actually use it? To understand why this discovery is so significant, you need to understand one simple fact about space travel. Water is everything. Water keeps astronauts alive, obviously, but split it into hydrogen and oxygen, and you have rocket propellant. The moon could become a cosmic gas station, allowing spacecraft to refuel before venturing deeper into the solar system. Right now, every kilogram of water launched from Earth costs roughly $10,000 just to escape our planet's gravity. Mining lunar water, even in small amounts, could cut the cost of deep space exploration by a staggering amount. And it's not just about rockets. Building a permanent human presence on the moon, NASA's Artemis program, China's lunar ambitions, private ventures like SpaceX, all of them depend on being able to live off the land. Hauling everything a human needs from Earth is like trying to survive in a remote desert by shipping in bottled water from another continent every single day. It's unsustainable. Water on the moon changes the entire equation. But there are challenges. The water found in sunlit areas is sparse. We'd need to extract enormous quantities of lunar soil. The ice in shadowed craters is more concentrated, but those craters are brutally cold and technically treacherous to mine. So we know the water is there, we know why it matters. The technology to use it is being designed right now. But there's one final piece of this story, one that has almost nothing to do with engineering and everything to do with who we are as a species. Every major leap in human exploration has depended on one thing: finding resources at the frontier. The age of sail was powered by wind and carried forward by ports with fresh water and food. The American West was settled along rivers. Every great migration in human history followed water. The moon is the next frontier, and now we know it has water. Not a lot, but potentially enough. Enough to survive, enough to build, enough to launch further. Scientists also believe that studying lunar water could tell us something profound about how water travels through the solar system, carried by comets and asteroids. If water can survive on the moon, it may be far more common on other worlds than we ever imagined. The moon isn't just a stepping stone anymore, it's a test case. If humanity can learn to live off the lunar surface, to drink its water, breathe its oxygen, fuel rockets from its ice, then the rest of the solar system becomes conceivable. We found water on the moon, and in that finding, in those tiny molecules locked in gray dust and frozen in ancient craters, we may have found something else entirely. A doorway. If this changed how you think about the moon or about what's possible, hit subscribe. We cover the stories behind the science, the discoveries that don't just fill textbooks, but reshape the future.